Today on Fox 10 News, relief efforts continue after last week's devastating storms. We're showing you how groups are helping those hardest hit and what's next for recovery.
Plus, a huge shortfall for teacher health insurance. We'll explain the $1 million difference between what's needed and what's budgeted for the state's teacher insurance program. That story next.
Well, it's just the beginning of it. We're starting to see a little milder weather here this afternoon and this evening, and we've got warmer days ahead. Of the details in your forecast.
First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 News starts now.
Well, hi there. Thank you for looking in. It's Monday. I'm Lenise Lagan, and I hope you are staying warm.
Yeah, another cooler day today out there. Not quite as chilly as we saw over the weekend, though. I'm Shelby Myers. Thanks so much for watching Fox 10 News at 4.
Well, right now, an urgent search for a mother and her 2 children reported missing from their home in Theodore.
Yeah, take a look at your screen. This is Aurelia Chalk-Cack, 17-year-old Norika Zuleta Chalk, and 2-year-old Anthony Garcia Chalk. The Mobile County Sheriff's Office, FBI, and Homeland Security are involved in this investigation.
Investigators say the mother and 2 children were last seen Friday afternoon at around 3 o'clock. They were at their home on Ben Hamilton Road. The sheriff says that their disappearance is suspicious, with signs of a struggle found inside the home.
It was blood throughout the house, but not large quantities of blood. You know, there was obviously some kind of struggle based on the scene. You know, there were, the mattress was gone, there was clothes, throughout the bedroom that appeared to be dumped out, and the hampers missing.
So if you know anything about their disappearance, call the Mobile County Sheriff's Office immediately. I'm going to have more details into the search for this family and the investigation ongoing on Fox 10 News at 5 o'clock.
Okay, so a lot of sun out there as we take a live look. It's Groundhog Day, and that Puxatawny Phil saw his shadow today. Meaning more weeks of winter, and with the frigid temperatures out there, we are seeing the impact, including reports of water main breaks across the area.
Yeah, it's just been a mess with all this cold weather that we're not used to here in the deep south. So we're hoping that it will end soon. But we got to check in, of course, with Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith about that, because I think a few people are tired of this cold weather.
Right. I mean, I think Saturday was probably the toughest thing, just that wind. It was so blustery.
It was. We were inside because we had a volleyball tournament like up in Prattville area.
Oh.
But they had a water main break right outside the facility.
Yikes.
Any snowflakes in Prattville?
I didn't see them.
Okay.
I may or may not have been sleeping at that time.
Oh.
Well, we just had cold down here. It was the coldest Senior Bowl, some of the coldest Mardi Gras weather we've seen in a long, long time. Here's what we're seeing going ahead, though. It's a little bit better this afternoon. The wind, it's coming around out of the south at 14 miles an hour, so it's a bit breezy this afternoon. And 51 degrees is our current air temperature. We've got full-on sunshine, and we're definitely feeling that at least we're thawing out a little bit. It's not freezing cold out there right now. Tonight will be chilly, but we will level off. We're not expecting freezing temperatures in most spots tonight because a blanket of clouds is going to move in, and that will keep our temperatures up. We get into the early morning hours. We're going to be very close to 40 degrees in most spots. Some inland locations might be a little colder than this, but the general idea is that it's not a deep freeze situation for tonight. We may briefly see a few freezing temperatures way up to the north and east in Monroe County, Conecuh County, and Escambia County, but in Mobile County at 39 for a low in Mobile, 40 in Pensacola, 44 in Destin, and 42 in Gulf Shores. We'll just call it chilly tonight, not quite as frosty, but still a bit cold in the inland locations. We're also seeing some clouds coming in, and that's going to happen gradually. I think most likely closer to midnight, we'll start to see these pushing in. The initial batch of cloud cover coming in around 10 p.m. and it could be a little bit gray to start things out tomorrow morning. I do expect partly cloudy skies, though, during the day tomorrow. This is all ahead of a system that's going to bring us some rain. We'll see a pretty significant rain system coming in. We don't expect any severe weather, but some showers are possible. We'll break down the timing with your Futurecast coming up.
All right, Jason, thank you. Well, relief efforts do continue helping those impacted by the recent winter storms.
It's been over a week since a strong winter system brought significant ice and snow to several states across the nation. You've got parts of Mississippi and Tennessee. They were some of the hardest hit.
Groups like Baldwin EMC have traveled to Oxford to help restore power, while other organizations like the United Cajun Navy have deployed throughout the South to help. For smaller towns, groups like Foundation Unites have also been doing their part.
Our teams got the tire chains ready. They got their thermal drones ready to look for heat sources where there shouldn't be heat sources. We don't want anybody in a freezing house. Dog teams for search recovery, search rescue, should that be necessary. And I'm happy to report our dog teams did not need to deploy in that regard. There were no missing people that we had to go track down, and certainly no recoveries. So that was a good thing.
Coming up tonight at 5, you're going to hear more about the recovery efforts and what lies ahead.
We're learning more about the differences between what the retirement systems of Alabama says they need for the state's teacher insurance program compared to what Governor Ivey has allotted in her budget. Alabama political correspondent Jessica Umbro joins us live in the Capitol studio now. Jessica, you sat on the budget or in on the budget hearing for this. What's the biggest concern?
Well, it's not shocking to hear that healthcare costs are going up. However, RSA says that their medical and pharmaceutical costs have tripled just in the past 25 years, and they're not set to go down anytime soon. That's the reason why they say that they're going to be requesting more money to fund PHIP. That's the Public Education Employees Health Insurance Plan. In a budget hearing that took place this afternoon, RSA Legislative Counsel Nia Scott says they're looking for $380 million deficit for fiscal year 2027. RSA is looking for an additional $300 per active member of PHIP per month. That's a more than $200 million increase compared to last year. Governor Ivey's budget proposal would fall short of that request by around $120 million. Scott says they do luckily have access to $119 million from the Alabama Retired Education Employees Healthcare Trust Fund for fiscal year 2026, a resource that she says will give them more time to figure out how to decrease the looming deficit for next fiscal year.
The PHIP staff is doing a lot of work to kind of figure out what's driving a lot of this. What can we manage through cost-saving programs that doesn't increase costs for employers and for members? What are some other kind of creative things that we can do while we're using these one-time funds as kind of a stopgap measure?
Now, member premiums have been stagnant for the past decade. The PHIP board has opted not to increase member premiums since 2016. Live in Montgomery, Jessica Umbro, Fox 10 News.
All right, Jessica, thank you. In fiscal year 2025, PHIP's funding sources reached a collective $1.5 billion.
The fallout continues after the latest release of the Jeffrey Epstein documents. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche talked about the potential of more charges coming against any possible co-conspirators. The Justice Department has recently released more than 3 million pages of materials related to the deceased convicted sex offender. The files revealing more of Epstein's communications with some prominent public figures in the United States and abroad, even after he served time for sex crimes. While the Justice Department admits it has redacted an amount of some of the information to protect the victims, some are convinced that there are more documents that should be released.
The American people are asking, how are our rich and powerful people living in this country? What moral code are they living by? Some of those revelations are deeply disturbing.
We have nothing to hide. We have nothing to hide. We never did. The entire world can look at now and see if we got it wrong.
All of those named in the recently released files have denied having anything to do with Epstein's sexual abuse of girls and young women.
Are we in for another prolonged government shutdown fight on Capitol Hill, or will lawmakers reach a deal quicker this time around? As Fox's Rebecca Castor reports, it will all come down to immigration and funding the Department of Homeland Security.
We don't get it? Shut it down! We don't get it? Shut it down!
Democrats are taking that message to heart after weeks of anti-ICE protests in Minneapolis and other cities. They're demanding changes to how ICE operates and are willing to keep the government closed to try to bring Republicans to the table.
I just don't see how in good conscience Democrats can vote for continuing ICE funding when they're killing American citizens.
We're not going to allow Democrats to hamstring ICE. We're going to take our country back.
Last week, Senate Democrats and the White House reached a deal to fund most agencies through September, but only fund the Department of Homeland Security for 2 weeks, giving lawmakers time to discuss reforms. But that plan still needs to pass the House, and Democrats there aren't fully on board.
We need a robust path toward dramatic reform. The administration can't just talk the talk, they need to walk the walk. That should begin today, not in 2 weeks.
Republicans are open to some of the Democrats' demands, like having ICE agents wear body cameras, but most draw the line at prohibiting masks.
When you have people doxing them and targeting them, of course we don't want their personal identification out there on the streets. And so we've got to work through this in a meaningful way, in a thoughtful way that comports with common sense.
The House is expected to vote on the revised funding deal Tuesday, but if all Democrats and more than one Republican vote no, the government will remain shut down. On Capitol Hill, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
On the roadways, we have dry conditions, and that's helping out a lot with travel right now. I-10 looks to be in pretty good shape as we check out the Mobile area first here. You can see leading into the Wallace Tunnel is a little bit slow in the tunnel, but otherwise everything is fine. You can see medium flow of traffic going westbound. It briefly slowed down in the tunnel, and then as you get back up into Mobile, it looks fine. Eastbound is in really good shape. No problems across Baldwin County. In Pensacola, it is a little slow on I-10 westbound, as we typically see that delay between 110 and Highway 29. Some of the in-town streets also just a high volume of traffic going on, but otherwise everything looks good. No major accidents or delays. We'll continue to monitor, and we'll have another report coming up at the bottom of the hour.
Okay, Jason, thank you. Still ahead on Fox News at 4, Punxsutawney Phil says 6 more weeks of winter. Are you feeling those winter blues? We're going to show you simple ways to boost your mood and beat those blahs. Coming up next. Also, a stowaway raccoon makes a trip from America to Europe in a car. And a truck versus a train ends exactly how you'd expect. It's all coming up in today's Take a Look at This. But first, let's go back outside. It looks like a beautiful day at the beach. The sun's been really nice to us, but those cooler temperatures, not so much. We'll be right back on your Monday. Thank you for watching Fox 10 News at 4.
With a clear forecast streaming directly to you, stay connected, stay safe with Fox 10 Storm Tracker.
Well, welcome back in. It is Groundhog Day. A lot of people having that reaction.
According to Punxsutawney Phil, the cold is not coming to an end anytime soon. The groundhog saw his shadow this morning at Gobbler's Knob in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, indicating 6 more weeks of winter.
Can we handle it?
No.
I don't think so.
I think everyone is over it. I mean, look at all the snow they're getting in the East Coast.
Minnesota, places like that.
Right?
Ooh. Well, his team of top-hatted handlers announced the news to a crowd of thousands waiting in frigid temperatures. It's a 140th year for the traditional weather forecast.
Phil isn't the only weather predicting rodent. There are about 88 of them on record in North America. Canada has them too. I looked it up online. You can search too. Out of curiosity, I wanted to see what Michigan was up to. They got Woody the Woodchuck there. He also predicted more winter. Alabama has 2, Smith Lake Jake and Birmingham Jill. And I think Birmingham Jill said spring, right, Nick?
I think so, but Sand Mountain Sam.
Who is that?
Okay. Okay.
Another Alabama.
Okay, so Alabama has 3? Yeah. I didn't see that one.
I think Jake is retired.
Okay, all right, I gotcha.
Jake is retired.
So conflicting information for Alabama. What I want to know is if you're afraid of your shadow, right? Then just stay in the hole. I mean, no one wants any more of this, right?
Oh, no, we are done with the cold, and we're going to say that spring is on its way, okay? This is it. We're done with the cold snaps, hopefully. Well, they do more than just predict the weather.
Apparently, groundhogs whistle when they are alarmed. It's the largest member of the squirrel family, did you know? And they have a constant need to gnaw. So if you have to hide out to survive harsh winters, you may have more in common with these guys than you might realize.
As humans, we're animals too, so we can be vulnerable to hibernation, and some people are just much more vulnerable.
Well, it's not uncommon for people to feel those winter blues, and symptoms may include wanting to sleep more, a drop in energy, feeling sad or down, having heavy limbs, and craving carbohydrates, which may lead to weight gain. Sounds like pregnancy symptoms.
How would you know, Shelby?
I don't know.
Whether Phil is right or wrong, there are ways that you can beat the winter blues if you are, needing some help waiting for spring to get here. Exercise, stay connected, reach out to a friend, and maintain a regular sleep schedule. That can help. Light therapy is also a good idea. Get one of those light boxes, sit under it for about 20 to 30 minutes. That has been shown to improve your mood. Also, you've got cognitive behavioral therapy, and then they say medication management.
And if symptoms make it hard to take care of things around your house, get in the way of being able to be productive at work, or if you notice you're withdrawing from others, that's when you should definitely see a medical provider who can help you. Don't be afraid to ask for that help.
All right, checking it out right now, our All-In Credit Union view of Mobile. A beautiful sunny afternoon and not quite as cold out there today as what we saw over the weekend, and there's more of this ahead. Our changes are positive. It looks like one little setback with the temperatures, but other than that, as we track the temperatures from Tuesday through Saturday, there are going to be some times where we're a little bit above average with our readings. The only difference would be Thursday, kind of a chilly day there behind a front. So yeah, it's a little bit better out there right now. Winds are out of the proper direction. They're out of the south at 14 miles an hour. We're at 51 degrees downtown. That's that chilly breeze coming off the bay. And looking around the area, we've actually made it up into the 60s in some other spots. We're at 56 in Mobile, but 61 right now in Lucedale. It feels great here in the inland spots after starting out in the 20s this morning. We're at 60 in Grove Hill, 62 in Calvert, 63 in Chatham. Still chilly across the Panhandle with that onshore flow off the Gulf. The nearshore waters are very chilly. Looking around the region, what a resilient accumulation of sleet in the mid-south and some snow mixed in. You can still see it. See, looks like clouds, but they're not moving. That is snow cover. There's also some over here in North Carolina and parts of South Carolina where they got some snow over the weekend, but nothing down here in the deep south, and relatively clear as far as the cloud cover goes. Clouds come in tonight. Looks like tomorrow will be a pretty quiet weather day for us. It will be partly cloudy tomorrow, so warmer too. We'll be up in the upper 60s tomorrow. We've got a band of rain that should move in tomorrow night. Most of this will happen when you're asleep. Looks like a best chance of rain around midnight. There still should be some showers around first thing in the morning on Wednesday, but we will clear quickly. So we've got one little bump in the road as far as rain goes this week, and it will be mainly in and out overnight. We could have some wet streets Wednesday morning, but here's what we're tracking. So first, let's talk about our lows tonight. Not as cold, above freezing. That's good. 39 in Mobile, 40 in Pensacola. Still chilly. Our inland spots may be right at freezing and some patchy frost, especially to the north and east. As we go through the week this week, temperatures stay up for a while. We hit 65 tomorrow. We're at 60 on Wednesday with some showers. A little bit of cold air comes in behind it, but I think we can handle 32. That's better than the 18 we saw on Sunday morning. A little bit cooler or chilly on a Thursday, but we should have good weather for the Polka Dots Thursday night. We've got Mardi Gras parades heading into the weekend, and we really don't see much going on as far as adverse weather. It's going to be warmer. Our afternoons will be pleasant, and our nights will be a little on the chilly side. It looks like we'll be mainly rain-free through Sunday in the forecast.
All right, thank you, Jason. A raccoon seems to be living its best life in Eastern Europe. Get this, crews unpacking a shipping container in Belarus found it tucked away inside a vehicle that was shipped from America. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
Customs officials in Belarus were surprised to find a furry stowaway inside a car that had made a lengthy journey all the way from the United States. According to a press release, the Belarusian State Customs Committee says the vehicle was being unpacked from a shipping container when they spotted the live raccoon on the dashboard. Officials believe the pint-sized passenger had endured the long journey across the ocean with no food or water and turned it over to a local veterinary specialist for quarantine and care. A subsequent post said while options were being considered for the future home of the stowaway, nicknamed Senya, it had developed a friendly disposition as well as a healthy taste for grapes and chicken eggs. Speaking of a wild ride, take a look at a close call captured on dashcam on an Oklahoma highway, where a semi-truck was crowded in its lane and forced onto the shoulder where it lost its traction and spun 180 degrees around, coming to rest backwards and in the face of oncoming traffic. According to the Tulsa PD, no one was injured, but the semi did have to drive back to an off-ramp in the wrong direction to get its trailer back in the right direction. Well, I suppose it could have gone worse. A lot worse. A semi-truck in North Carolina met a tragic and somewhat predictable end when it got stuck trying to cross some snowy railroad tracks. The driver and others were surveying the scene when an oncoming train started bearing down, sending them scurrying to a safe distance, from which they watched the stuck truck bite the big one. Officials say no one was injured in the collision and shared the scene on social media as a cautionary tale of why staying off the roads in extreme inclement weather is a good idea. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Wow. Well, coming up, we are talking about the biggest night in music. More from this year's historic Grammy Awards ceremony when Fox News at 4 continues. Stay close.
Lexus of Mobile is proud to sponsor the Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, which it poets with resistance, one nation under God, indivisible with liberty, justice for all.
The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
Man, if your morning calls for something sweet, try our new caramel and chocolate craze flavors. Gotta have a Wawa.
Welcome back. People are still buzzing about this year's Grammy Awards ceremony. From Reba McEntire to Bruno Mars, it was packed with a range of performances.
So here's some of the highlights from music's biggest night. Bad Bunny warmed up for the Super Bowl by accepting 3 Grammys, including Album of the Year.
How about that? You had Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas winning Song of the Year, and Best New Artist went to Olivia Dean. Jelly Roll taking home 3 trophies, winning for Best Contemporary Country Album, Best Contemporary Christian Music Performance, and Best Country Duo.
A lengthy in memoriam segment featured Reba McEntire's first ever Grammys performance and all-star tributes to Ozzy Osbourne, Anta D'Angelo, and Roberta Flack. The night's biggest winner was Kendrick Lamar with 5 awards, including Record of the Year, giving him 27 lifetime. That's passing Jay-Z as the Grammys' most awarded rapper. I'm not shocked at some of these. I think like Olivia Dean winning her category.
Oh, for sure. Everyone is singing that song.
Everybody's talking about her and singing her music right now.
I'm going to start with Kendrick, because I didn't see all of the ceremony. As I mentioned, we were in volleyball, and by the time we got back, it was like 9 o'clock, so there was only an hour left. But I did see when Cher, she says, Luther Vandross. I don't even think she said Vandross either. I think she said something else. But I love just the grace of Kendrick, because he did have to work with his family and his album to get the rights to go ahead and use that song. And he just, stuck to that. He just said thank you. And I really love seeing Lauryn Hill up there for the tribute for Roberta Flack and D'Angelo. That was probably the best part for me, but I didn't see all of it, so I missed Justin Bieber.
I
Did
saw
you see
some
that?
snippets of Justin Bieber's performance. I know there was a lot of like shock factor to his outfit. The Grammys, you get dressed up in the 9s, of course, and he was shirtless in basically some gym shorts for his performance, but I don't know, that kind of makes him him. It's his own artistry, his own thing.
I miss Bruno Mars.
Yeah. Jelly Roll's, I love his acceptance speech. I think Jelly Roll's pretty much someone almost everybody can like.
Is he one of those, did he win like a music, like American Idol or something like that? Is that how he...
That's a good question. I forgot how he rose.
Just wondering how he came on the scene.
I know he's totally
Or is that
changed
Teddy
his life.
Swims guy? I think I have them confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said yes.
Confirmation.
Jelly Roll has turned his life around. He was headed down a bad road, had served some jail time, drugs, all that. Now he's kind of given his life over to Christianity, and he talks about that, and his music's about, facing addiction, hard times, and so,
Well, good for
Everybody,
him.
everybody very deserving though.
Yeah, I wish I could have seen more. I did tape it. I hope I'll go back and watch it. I hope.
You can just speed through it real quick if you don't want to watch all of it.
Yeah, because there are some performances I probably won't want to see, but then there are some that I do want to see. I know Jason was up watching him all night. He loves that kind of thing.
Jason's like, I'm gonna let y'all stick with the pop culture, and I'm gonna stick with the weather. Okay, we're gonna tell you what's coming up next too. We're gonna take a look at those big stories that are headlining your news at 5.
And then this.
The problem is when you miss a payment, that can negatively affect your credit score. So there are consequences if you're unable to make these payments on time.
Yeah, those holiday buy now, pay later bills, they're starting to arrive. Knock, knock, knock. But missing those payments can lead to financial trouble.
So we're going to talk about what you need to know so that you stay protected and keep your finances in order. That is next. But inquiring minds want to know, Jason, come on, who's your favorite artist?
Let's just stick to the weather. I think that's probably the best thing to do here. We are at 51 degrees in downtown Mobile, and we've got some sunshine, and that's really helping things out across the area, brightening up the day. We'll have more on how warm it's going to be at times this week in your forecast coming up.
For free.
You don't pay unless we win.
Call 251-444-7000. Committed to you. This is Fox 10 News.
All right, it's time now for your preview of what we'll have coming up tonight on Fox 10 News at 5.
First, a trial for a man accused of kidnapping and murder. This defendant being the first Mobile County prosecutors tried to keep behind bars using Aniah's Law. We're going to have a recap of the first day of trial.
That plus a mobile home goes down in flames in Washington County. A family lost everything. We'll let you know how you can help. Then an update on the SS United States. The retired ocean liner was on schedule to be sunk in order to be turned into the world's largest artificial reef. We'll have those stories for you on Fox 10 News at 5. That's coming up in less than 30 minutes from right now.
All right, outside right now from the Admiral, looking past the SS United States and back out into the bay. And of course, you can see the traffic in the foreground there. Our Eastern Shore Toyota Hyundai camera mostly clear. We got some blue skies out there today and the sun brightening things up. The wind's a little lighter at times today. We had some temperatures in the 60s this afternoon in the inland spots. It is a little cooler near the water. Checking out our Fox 10 weather app, we've got an update on what's ahead for the forecast this week. And it looks like some showers move in Tuesday night, may see a little rain Wednesday morning. So that's what's new in the forecast. And we're also looking at this. Our mornings are going to be chilly this week, but they're not going to be as cold as what we experienced over the weekend. No freeze warnings or anything like that, but we may briefly get down into the 30s, occasionally some frost this week. Our afternoons look decent. So while the nights stay chilly, we do have some milder afternoons. We're going to be getting up into the 60s, especially by the weekend. That rain briefly returns tomorrow night, but it will be clearing quickly. So all in all, I think the forecast is looking to be improved. Right now, we have sunshine. We do not see any significant cloud cover in our area. Some of these clouds to our west will track in tonight and keep our temperatures from being as cold. Mardi Gras, it looks like as we get into Thursday, we're going to see temperatures that will be a lot better than some of the parades we had over the weekend. We're looking at 49 degrees for the polka dots, mostly clear skies. It will be chilly for that one, but it's not going to be freezing cold. And our work week shaping up like this. We've got partly cloudy skies tomorrow, 65 degrees. That's going to be a nice day. Wednesday, we've got rain first thing in the morning. Pretty good shot at it. Still decent with the temps. We're going to have a brief cold spell. Thursday's high, only 52. That's about what we've experienced today. And then it turns warm again as we head into the weekend. So we're going to get much better weather around here. I'll have more on that with your 7-day forecast coming up.
Okay. In the market for a new vehicle?
I hope not. Not right now. They're very expensive.
Yeah, I know.
As is everything, right? But listen to this. The family minivan is making a comeback. Last year, minivan sales rose 21% in the U.S. to 393,812 units sold, while overall U.S. sales were up only 2%.
So, according to Edmunds, minivans currently hold a 2.4% market share. That's the highest level since 2019. Analysts say one factor for the minivan sales is changing dynamics of families.
Okay, older millennials and younger Gen Z or Gen X, I should say, families are growing, and they need space for kids, gear, groceries, and maybe a run to Home Depot. Research shows that for buyers who need a true 3-row vehicle, minivans continue to offer some of the best bang for your buck in terms of size, fuel efficiency, and cost.
The minivan is seeing popularity in one demographic. That would be the guys around 40 years old, especially if the minivan is fitted out with those off-road tires.
What?
I can't see off-road tires on a minivan, right? Isn't that
It's also
like, I don't know,
borderline creepy? Like,
oh, if you saw a minivan rolling up with some off-road tires, you'd be,
yeah, like, where are you going? Yeah, a minivan's just a family vehicle.
And the camper on top. Yeah, I got you.
All right, according to NerdWallet, 18% of holiday shoppers last year used buy now, pay later, which means it's later, it's here. Those bills are starting to come due. In this Watching Your Wallet today, consumer investigator Rachel DePompa has advice from an expert on ways consumers can manage their debt.
Later is here. Bills for any buy now, pay later purchases you made over the holidays are probably starting to pop up. Sarah Rathner with NerdWallet says this is the time to buckle down and take stock of where you are financially if you still have buy now, pay later plans that have payments left over. She says make sure you don't miss a payment.
The problem is when you miss a payment, that can negatively affect your credit score. You might be subject to fees or interest depending on the nature of the buy now, pay later plan you've entered. And so there are consequences if you're unable to make these payments on time.
Rathner says entering into a buy now, pay later plan isn't going to affect your credit score in terms of having a new loan on your record. But missing a payment, that's going to get reported to the credit bureaus.
You know, you work really hard to get your credit score to a certain point, and one missed payment can more than undo all of the effort that you've put in, not just for buy now, pay later, but also missing payments for credit card bills and other loans as well. And so as much as you're able to, you want to make payments on time to keep all of those accounts in good standing.
Rathner says go back and look at your holiday-related spending. See where you may have splurged. Take note for next year. And start a savings fund now for the holidays next year so you can save up throughout the year and not have to rely on buy now, pay later or credit cards next December. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Rachel DePompa.
Well, cases of the measles have risen this month. The CDC releasing updated data reporting that at least 588 cases of the disease have been reported in January. The figure indicating that the U.S. has seen more cases in just the past few weeks than is typically recorded in a year. At least 17 states, including Arizona, Florida, and California, have reported measles cases this year. The majority of the cases, however, stemming from an outbreak of the illness in South Carolina. And that outbreak alone, which started in October, reported 847 cases. That's according to the South Carolina Department of Public Health. The CDC recommends Americans receive 2 doses of the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine between the ages of 12 to 15 months, and then again at 4 to 6 years old.
While puppy love and cuddles from kittens can be sweet, veterinarians say the inside of their mouth can be brimming with bacteria, leading to plaque buildup and other issues. February marks National Pet Dental Health Month, and animal experts are sharing their suggestions for promoting better oral health and strategies for brushing. Let's go to Fox News correspondent Ted Linder.
While brushing our teeth is a daily habit to help maintain good health, veterinary experts say it's critical pet owners don't slack when it comes to keeping the mouths of their furry friends clean.
If you can brush, that's ideal to scrape that plaque and calculus off of the teeth every day.
And with February marking National Pet Dental Health Month, Dr. Leah Taylor of Texas A&M University identifies signs a dog or cat is ready to have their teeth cleaned to avoid oral decay and disease. which can impact their quality of life.
Things like really red gums. A lot of times you'll smell bad breath and you can visually see brown material building up on the teeth.
Brushing frequently at home is recommended.
You would use a toothpaste that's made especially for cats and dogs because they're going to eat the toothpaste. You don't need to get a special toothbrush. You can get kind of a child-sized, soft bristle toothbrush anywhere and use that to brush their teeth.
Dr. Taylor says it's a good idea to start a brushing routine when a pet is young. But to avoid a struggle, no matter their age, take a slow approach.
Introduce first maybe just the toothbrush with a little bit of the toothpaste on it and just lick that off. And kind of keep moving forward to try to actually get it to touch the teeth at some point.
Still, it's important to have a vet check a pet's teeth annually to scan for any potential problems before they become worse.
Broken teeth, cysts, unerupted teeth, all kinds of different things that also need to be addressed.
Ted Lindner, Fox News.
Well, next up, we are highlighting a child ready for their forever home. This week's Hope for a Home is next.
Stay connected, stay safe with Fox 10 Storm Tracker weather.
Oh yeah, the 2026 Mardi Gras season continues to roll on in downtown Mobile.
The fun is picking back up on Thursday. You've got the Order of Polka Dots taken to the streets of downtown Mobile at 6:30 p.m.
And then on Friday, Order of Inca and Order of Chaos will entertain revelers at 6:30 p.m. And then in Baldwin County, the Apollo's Mystic Ladies will roll at 6:45 in Daphne on Friday evening.
How about that? Keep in mind, you can keep up with all things Mardi Gras with our Fox 10 Float Tracker app. It's free, and it lets you know where the start of the parade is at any time.
It's a really cool tool. You'll also find parade routes, a schedule, and weather forecast. The Fox 10 Float Tracker app is available right now. Go ahead and download it in the Apple app and Google Play stores.
If you can't make it to the parades, I want you to know this. Fox 10 has you covered. We're going to be streaming the parades for you on the Gulf Stream, which you can download on your Samsung, Apple, Roku, or Amazon TV.
And that coverage is going to continue all the way up until Fat Tuesday. Of course, nobody brings you better Mardi Gras coverage than us right here at Fox 10.
All right, let's look at what's ahead. We need some milder weather, some warmer weather. We'll take whatever we can get, right? And we're going to see it this week. There's one exception. It will be a little bit chilly on Thursday, a high of only 52. But we've got some days with highs around 60 or above coming over the next 5 days. And tomorrow will be the first of those. Today was still a little bit on the chilly side, but things are looking a little bit better across the region. You can see it's quiet here in Mobile and in around Panama City, but there are some clouds to the west of us. Eventually that comes in tonight late and into tomorrow. That'll help keep our temperatures up a little bit tonight. Long range, we could even see some showers, but it looks like the timing is going to be perfect on this. I do expect some rain moving in Tuesday night, and it looks like we'll see showers overnight when most of us are asleep Tuesday night. Most of it's going to be gone after the first couple of hours in the morning on Wednesday. So just a few leftover showers showing up by mid-morning on Wednesday. Here's how the forecast plays out for us. We're going to see some clouds tomorrow, but look at that temperature tomorrow afternoon, 65 degrees. Definitely thawing out after the freeze we saw over the weekend. Wednesday, a morning chance of rain at 60%, and briefly it will be a little colder on Thursday. We'll wake up to temperatures near 32, which is better than the 18 we saw on Sunday morning, and then we're back into the 60s this weekend. And we've got a lot of Mardi Gras parades coming up. As Ladisa and Shelby were telling you about, we've got the polka dots on Thursday, more parades as we head into the weekend, and it looks like we've got temperatures in the 60s for Mardi Gras parades, which is more what we would normally expect to see for Mardi Gras. Temperatures are going to be pretty comfortable, and we don't see much rain in through Monday of next week. We may get some showers by the middle of the week next week, but all in all, I think it's a decent looking forecast and definitely an improvement over the big chill we saw over the weekend.
We are continuing our special
special series today, Hope for a Home. Fox 10 is partnering with Heart Gallery Alabama to find families for some very special children. Heart Gallery Alabama is a nonprofit organization dedicated to finding forever families for children in Alabama's foster care system. Today, we want you to meet Ariana.
Creative, outgoing, and nice.
That's how 15-year-old Ariana describes herself. The freshman loves school, especially.
I like doing projects. Like, I'm working on a project now. It's for software engineering and environmental engineering. So I just like doing projects, and I just did a germ project too.
She also likes to be creative.
I like to draw, mostly like design things, and like I like to collab things together.
When she's not in the classroom, Ariana likes to read.
I'm reading these books called by Ellen Hawkins.
And watch TV.
I like stuff that makes you think.
She loves music, especially pentatonics. She really enjoys being social, and a motto she lives by:
to not judge a book by its cover.
Given the opportunity to travel, she would love to visit Egypt.
Yes, because we was learning about in school, like mathematics and stuff, how they used math to make the pyramids and stuff.
That interest in math is something she would like to use in her future career.
Architect.
A goal she would love to share with a forever family.
People that loves you for like you.
If you want to learn more about Heart Gallery Alabama's program or how to adopt a child from the foster care system, we have a link for you on our website, fox10tv.com, giving you a chance to complete your family and make dreams come true for a special child. You can watch this story and any of the other Hope for a Home stories we've done on our Fox 10 News Gulfstream TV app.
She's a high school freshman with a challenge that sets her apart. Yet on that wrestling mat, she is finding acceptance and achieving the impossible. It's an incredible story coming your way. Stay close.
Call 866-496-4449 today. Hurry, this offer ends soon.
High school freshman is pinning adversity to the mat.
She's blind and found her place and power on the wrestling team. Local News Live's Sean Mahoney introduces us.
As soon as I stepped on the mat, it's like I can't walk away. I can't walk away from wrestling.
Zoe Armbruster is following her passion just like any other high school freshman, but she just has one challenge that stands in her way. Zoe is blind. She was diagnosed with congenital glaucoma in 2013, a disease which took away her sight quickly. But when she found the Rincon girls wrestling team, she finally found the acceptance she had searched for.
Without wrestling, I feel like a little bit of an outcast at school. And with wrestling, I feel like I belong.
How are you feeling after that first match? I was like, you know, it's like you want to wrestle. Even if she wasn't blind, I'm like, that's a brutal sport.
Say AB. Okay, say AB. Yeah, she said ow.
Now, despite warranted concern from her mom early on, once Zoe hit the mat,
Come on, Zoe! Come on, Zoe!
she understood Zoe's why.
She goes, you're a team of one. I'm like, well, what do you mean you're a team of one? She goes, you know, I have my teammates, but when I'm on the mat, I'm challenging myself, always to get better.
And wrestling might be the perfect sport for that challenge, because once you hit the mat, it's all about feeling rather than what you can or can't see.
You're hearing it too. Yep. Push, pull.
Now, it helps having the voice of jiu-jitsu black belt and decorated combat sports athlete Mercedes White in Zoe's ear coaching her.
You don't need your eyes to wrestle, you need to feel.
Now, much of White's team, like Zoe, had never played a sport before, so she decided to use that disadvantage to her advantage. How? By putting everyone on the same level.
All of us will practice with blinders, first of all.
Focusing on sounds.
Drive.
Hands-on training.
Good.
And a little tough love.
Yeah, you're being nice. Why are you being nice?
Leading Zoe to a feat even she didn't know was possible. She scored a pin.
It was like I finally achieved something, one of my goals.
And while Zoe is the center of our story, she says thanks to this team, she doesn't feel any different from any other Rincon Ranger.
I don't think they care that I'm blind. They just care that I'm here and care about me.
Because according to her, everyone has the ability.
Even though it seems hard, it's going to be hard, it's going to be painful, but